never a bar, never like a crowded city place, nothing like that. It's extremely delicate, like extremely delicate. I'm sometimes so scared to wear this bag, and this is like the only handbag that I baby. Do not overfill it because the bag will lose its shape, and that's also a little bit of a downside. Hi my lovely viewers, so in today's video I'm comparing the Chanel Trendy CC with my small Chanel Classic Flap handbag. If you're on the verge of buying either the Chanel Trendy CC or the Chanel Classic Flap and you are not sure which one to get, or if you're just curious about what I have to say about those handbags because you're a handbag lover like I am, then this video might be perfect for you. So in this video I'm talking about the price, the wear and tear, the different options, the shoulder strap. I will show you how it looks on me, and obviously also what fits in those bags and what I think the look like matches, like where you can buy them, like where you can wear those bags and so on. So I'm rambling, and that's why I will just start talking about the size. And if you look at those, I have the Chanel Trendy CC in the small size, just so you know. It's like the most common size in the Chanel Trendy CC, but there also exists a large size, which I actually have not seen people wearing in public, like I think at all. And yes, I think it's not that common, and also I think like that the shape kind of looks a little bit weirder in the large size, so I think it's made for this size. So if we look at it here, and then if we take the small one, you see that the bags are actually identical in height and width. So they're absolutely identical. Now you might think that when they're identical in height and width that they also fit the same thing, but don't be fooled because they don't. The Chanel Trendy CC fits a lot more, and you see why if I show you how they look compared to each other, like their depth. So the Chanel Classic Flap is about as deep as the middle compartment, like a little bit deeper as the middle compartment of the Chanel Trendy CC. And that's also a reason why you won't fit as much stuff in the Classic Flap as you would fit in the Chanel Trendy CC. Another reason why the Chanel Trendy CC fits a lot more is because if you look at it here, Chanel Trendy CC is a single flap bag, so you're immediately in there, you see? And then, if you compare it to the Chanel Classic Flap, the small size, you see the Classic Flaps are double flaps. Like, if we go back in time, there was a time where Chanel did the Classic Flaps in a single flap. For example, my vintage Chanel Classic Flap is a single flap, but nowadays they only do the double flaps. Because of the double flap, this one is quite, you see, you have to lift two of those so that you can put your hand in the middle compartment, and that actually also takes away a little bit of space. For example, here you see you can't fill the bag to the brim, you can only fill it to the flap inside the bigger flap, whether here you can actually fill stuff up until like the outer flap. And that's also a reason why the Chanel Trendy CC fits a lot more stuff in there. Also, I think that the Chanel Trendy CC, like the leather, even though both of those handbags are lambskin leather, the lambskin leather on the Chanel Trendy CC is a little bit less sturdy, so you can kind of expand it a little bit more. So if you see here now, the bag is packed quite a bit, and as you can see, like here, I could fit a little bit more in, I fit a little bit less in there, and so I could just expand the bag a little bit more or a little bit less. Do not overfill it because the bag will lose its shape, and that's also a little bit of a downside of the Chanel Trendy CC and the single flap. Where with the double flap, like it's quite sturdy. Like you can't fill more in there, like you can't really expand the classic flap. So to wrap up what fits in there and the size, like the width and the height of the Chanel Trendy CC and the Chanel Classic Flap is exactly the same if you compare it, but the depth differs quite a lot, whereas the Chanel Trendy CC is a lot more deep. Yeah, it also comes with 3 compartments as comparing to the Chanel Classic Flap, which only has 1 compartment, and also because of the double flap of the Chanel Classic Flap and the single flap of the Chanel Trendy CC, the Chanel Trendy CC fits a lot more. Then if we talk about price, the Chanel Classic Flap in the small size currently retails for $6,975 US, and the Chanel Trendy CC retails for about $5,600 US as of July 1st, 2021. So the Chanel Trendy CC is quite a bit less expensive than the Chanel Classic Flap in the small size. So this is also something to really keep in mind. And then if we're talking about the wear and tear, I have to say that the lambskin leather on the Chanel Trendy CC, in my opinion, is extremely delicate, like extremely delicate. I'm sometimes so scared to wear this bag, and this is like the only handbag that I baby, and I do not baby my handbags usually, but I do with this one because it was so expensive and it's so special and it's so delicate. So I think the lambskin leather on the Chanel Trendy CC is actually more delicate than on my Chanel Classic Flap. But also keep in mind that my Chanel Classic Flap is like a vintage one, so it's from the not from the 90s. Yeah, no, I think it's from the 90s, so it is a vintage one, and the leather on vintage Chanel Classic Flaps is a lot better than on the recent ones. But I also watched a lot of videos from people talking about the lambskin leather on Chanel Classic Flaps. And for example, if you watch Je suis Lou, she always talks about the lambskin leather because she prefers it to the caviar leather, and she always says that the lambskin leather is not as delicate, like it's not that delicate. So I think that the lambskin leather on the Classic Flaps still isn't super delicate, whether I think that the lambskin leather on the Chanel Trendy CC is a lot more delicate. I also think that a reason for that could be that here, like, they have different compartments, so the lambskin leather has to be a little bit softer so you can fit the stuff in your bag, where here you have like this size and you can't fill more in there. So I think because the leather here has to be softer because of the compartments, the leather probably also has to be to serve this purpose, it has to be a little bit more delicate. So keep that in mind. And then for like the key features of the handbag, Chanel Trendy CC obviously comes with a top handle and with a shoulder strap, and you can also detach those shoulder strap thingies, and you can see here they have different versions, but I have the version where you can take this one and you can just put it out there, and then you can detach the shoulder strap entirely, or what is also another reason is that you can just pull it in and put those extra straps in the bag, close it up again, and then you also kind of only have the top handle. Here with the Classic Flap, you don't have this option, like you can't detach your shoulder strap, but you have the option to either wear the shoulder strap as a double strap or as a single strap. And I also sometimes wear my Classic Flap as a clutch, and to do that I just like take the strap and put it in there, take it like that, and ta-da, you have kind of a clutch. So there are also different ways to wear the classic flap as well as the Chanel Trendy CC. It now only depends which ways you like wearing your bag, and therefore you can choose which handbag suits you and your style better. Then, which occasions do I think those bags work? So I think the Chanel Classic Flap is a bag that works, I think, for absolutely every occasion. I wear this handbag for the evenings, obviously, like for really elegant evenings, for casual evenings. I wear it for daytime, I wear it for shopping, I wear it just to run around and do some errands, because I do believe in the fact that you should wear your little babies. Like, don't keep them for best, because those bags are so extortionately expensive, and therefore we don't want to have them collecting dust in our closet. We really want to keep that cost per wear down, and we can only keep the cost per wear down if we actually wear those handbags. And I have to say, like, especially the vintage ones, like, I wear this bag so much and it still looks so good. So I think Chanel Classic Flap actually is the bag to wear with everything, and I think it especially does work super duper good for elegant occasions. And then if we are talking about where to wear the Chanel Trendy CC, because I think the leather is so delicate, I would never wear it in a crowded place, like never a bar, never like a crowded city place, nothing like that, never to travel, like never. But I think it's the perfect handbag if you walk around town, if you go shopping in a not crowded place, if you go for lunch, and also if you go for a not too elegant evening occasion. Like, I would not wear it to a black tie event, but I would definitely wear it to a nice dinner date or something like that. So I think this one, you could wear it everywhere, but keep in mind that you cannot fit as many things in the Classic Flap as in the Chanel Trendy CC. So you can wear it everywhere as long as it fits all of your essential needs. Where this one, I think you can't wear it to like super elegant evening events, like black tie events, or just super elegant events. And I also think that you cannot wear it to events or to places where it's crowded and where there are a lot of people. So keep that in mind. But I think it's perfect for daytime, maybe even more perfect than the Classic Flap, because it does fit quite a bit of stuff. It's kind of like a little Mary Poppins bag, because it fits a lot more, actually a lot more than the Classic Flap, even though they only differ in depth and not in width or height. So yeah, those are the things I would keep in mind whilst thinking which bag suits you best. And then for the interior of the handbags, which I think also is very important. Keep in mind that I always have some stuff in my handbag, so they are not empty, but I think this just gives more of a real life kind of impression. So this one only has this normal middle compartment. Here it has, if you can see, 3 small compartments, but actually like you can't really fit that much in there, like a pen in the middle one and maybe a card there. Then it has the front compartment here where I at the moment keep some eye masks, because I took this bag traveling and I wanted to wear some eye mask on the plane. And then it also has the back compartment here, but seriously, like, you can't fit anything in there. I only have my authenticity card in there and nothing else. So this bag, yeah, because it only has really one big compartment, I also think it's actually good that there aren't a lot of inner compartments, because then you could fit even less in this bag. And then this bag, on the other hand, as you can see, has 3 compartments, and I would say that the front and the middle compartment, you can fit a lot in them, especially the middle compartment, but you can stretch the front compartment as well so that it fits a little bit more. But the back compartment here, which also has a little zip in there, which is perfect again for the authenticity card or for some extra like security cash that you don't want to risk falling out. There I actually don't really wear a lot of things, but I do, if I do put something in there, I always put my iPad mini in there, which I use as a Kindle, because it fits perfectly in the bag and perfectly in the back compartment without stretching it too much. And also I now quickly show you how the bag look on my body. For reference, I'm 5'5" and yeah, so quite small, but I will quickly show you. So as you can see, that's how big the Chanel Trendy CC is on me. If I take the shoulder strap out and put it on my shoulder, it kind of hits exactly at my hip, like exactly hip size. You can wear it crossbody, and then it's a little bit above the hip, which I think is still a perfect crossbody size. So I think the Chanel Trendy CC works perfectly as a crossbody bag. And yeah, if you wear it on the top handle, you see, I think it's a perfect top handle bag size. And now with the Chanel Classic Flap, the small one, if we just take one shoulder strap, it hits at the exact same spot as the one shoulder strap from the Chanel Trendy CC, and therefore it also looks about the same if we wear it crossbody. So for me, the perfect crossbody size. And then if we do the double strap, I think it's perfect for underneath the arm. And this also works, like you can also wear it underneath your arm if you are wearing a big thick coat in wintertime, which I think is absolutely perfect. So size-wise, both work perfectly as a one shoulder and as a crossbody. So now I think we've talked about absolutely everything, the price, and I think we talked about absolutely everything about those two handbags, so that you can make up your mind which one works best for you, or maybe you think both of them work perfectly and now you can justify buying both, because I think they both serve quite a different purpose in your collection. So to wrap it up quickly, price: Classic Flap is more expensive than the Chanel Trendy CC. Size: the width and the height of them is the same, but the depth of the Chanel Trendy CC is, like, I would say 2.5 times bigger if you stretch those compartments. Then we come to the interior of the handbag. The Chanel Classic Flap in the small size only has one real pocket or thing, which with some small compartments in there, which you cannot really fit something in there, but it also have like a little flap in the front where I keep my eye masks. And then the Chanel Trendy CC has 3 big compartments with also some little compartments and a zip compartment at the back. So that's the difference in the interior. Then also, there are a lot of different ways to wear it. On the Chanel Trendy CC, you can detach the shoulder strap entirely, which you can't on the Chanel Classic Flap. But you can wear the Chanel Classic Flap as a double strap, which is not possible with the Chanel Trendy CC. And then for the wear and tear, I think that the lambskin leather on the Classic Flaps is more durable than the ones on the Chanel Trendy CC, and therefore I would never wear my Chanel Trendy CC in a crowded places, whereas I think that is absolutely fine with a Chanel Classic Flap as long as you do it reasonably and don't, for example, take it to a rave or something like that. So this is everything I have to tell you about those two handbags, and if you have any more questions, leave them down below. And also, if you've watched the video until here, let me know which one of those two bags are your personal favorites. And yeah, keep on watching my videos, because I have a lot of videos about Chanel handbags and handbags in general. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!